Welcome to the deep dive. We know many of you listening have been, well, grappling with those moments where life just throws those unexpected curveballs, when everything feels like it's spiraling out of
Yeah,
control.
that's that feeling.
Exactly. And it's human to panic, right? To overthink, feel lost in fear. You shared some really insightful material with us on this exact challenge. So today, we're diving deep into what feels like a really crucial question. When life feels out of control, will you break or will you learn how to hold steady?
hmm
We've looked at the sources you provided, which seem to offer a kind of blueprint for calm, and we want to, pull out those vital nuggets for everyone.
And I think what's key right from the start is understanding that calm, well, it isn't just a nice to have in those moments. It's really a survival
Is
school.
survival. Okay.
Yeah, the material really stresses it's not about pretending everything's okay. It's more about building this inner strength
Mm-hmm.
and anchor, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
so you can face reality without it completely destroying your peace.
Makes sense.
And our source material, it comes from excerpts of an audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
And it promises these like clear, practical ways to stay calm when things feel like they're falling apart. The aim is helping you rise stronger, wiser, and ultimately feeling more in control.
Right. So our mission today is clear then. We're extracting those key bits of wisdom, offering a practical guide you can use, like today, to help you breathe, think clearly, and just take that next right step. It's about rebuilding, not getting stuck in that spiral. So, okay, when that chaos hits, everything's spinning. Where do we even begin? Where does the material say to start anchoring ourselves? Because my mind, it just races, heart pounds,
Totally normal.
fight or flight.
Yeah. The source points to one immediate thing we can control, but we often forget it.
It's fascinating, really. Your breath. It's the one thing you can always control, even when everything else feels completely out of your hands.
My breath. Okay.
Think about it. When you're stressed, your breathing gets fast, shallow.
Right. That's not just happening to you. It's actually sending a signal, a danger signal, to your brain and your nervous system. It basically feeds that panic response.
Ah, so it's like fuel on the fire.
Exactly. It escalates everything internally.
And that feels like such a critical pivot point then, because if we can consciously interrupt that alarm, maybe override it,
Yes.
we actually create that mental space to think you talked about. It sounds small, just breathing, but it could be what separates breaking down from actually growing stronger.
It's more than just mental, though. It's physiological.
Yeah.
A real shift. The material gives this simple but really powerful exercise. Just hit this slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently, just for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Then release it slowly through your mouth.
Okay, I can picture that.
And as you do that, you're literally engaging your parasympathetic nervous system. That's
Yeah.
your body's rest and digest mode.
Right, the opposite of fight or flight.
Precisely. It
Mm.
directly counters it.
Mm-hmm.
It lowers your heart rate, eases muscle tension, reduces those stress hormones like cortisol. You're actively telling your brain, it's safe right now.
Mm.
That's what allows you to shift from being purely reactive and emotional to more thoughtful,
Mm.
more logical.
So this calm breathing, it helps stop us from doing things we regret, like sending that angry email or yelling or just giving up.
Yes, those self-destructive reactions, as the source calls them.
It grounds you in the now, and that ability to be present, not crushed by the weight of everything at once, that feels foundational.
Absolutely. And that leads right into the next point from the source. It shifts our perspective because, we often try to mentally carry like 10 days at once.
Guilty.
We all are. But the reality is our focus can only ever truly be on this day, these hours, this moment right now. Our minds just aren't built to juggle that massive future heavy load.
Trying to solve everything simultaneously? Yeah, that just leads to paralysis.
It's a recipe for it.
It reminds me of that simple truth. You eat only one meal at a time or walk only one step at a time. We know this, but when problems hit, we forget. How does the material suggest we actually do this when the overwhelm feels so strong?
The practice is about being, well, almost ruthless in identifying what truly belongs to today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. You make a short list, maybe just 3 or 4 actual concrete actions.
Like what?
Okay, say you've lost your job. Instead of trying to solve the entire crisis career, bills, self-worth all at once, which is impossible.
Yeah.
You commit to, today I will update my resume. Today I will make 3 phone calls. Today I will apply to 2 jobs. Just today's actions.
That makes it manageable.
It does, but there's something deeper too. It's not just about tasks. It's about systematically dismantling the illusion of being overwhelmed that your mind creates. By committing to just one small thing, you're not just inching forward, you're actively proving your panicked brain wrong. And that's incredibly reassuring.
That's a really powerful way to put it. It stops that decision fatigue, gives your brain a clear target, and it shifts you from fear to action, which, like the source says, creates calm in itself, builds confidence back, step by step.
Exactly. And it means saying no to things, too.
Right, not taking on extra burdens.
It's about zoning in only on what you can control. Your attitude right now, your choices today, your actions today, not what others do, not the bigger circumstances you can't change. That discipline builds serious resilience because you keep proving to yourself in small ways, I can handle this right now.
Okay, so we've got the body anchored with breath, the day focused with manageable actions. But what about that constant mental chatter, the noise inside? The material makes a pretty stark point. Often our biggest enemy isn't the event itself, but the thoughts that follow it. How do we even start to deal with that internal storm?
That really is the core of it, isn't it? That endless loop of chaotic thoughts that just amplifies the pain, steals sleep. The insight here is clear, releasing those thoughts. It's not about denying reality. It's not pretending the problem isn't there.
Okay.
It's about refusing to give unnecessary power to the kind of thinking that just destroys your calm and your clarity. The destructive stuff.
And the source gives 3 steps for doing that, for releasing those thoughts. First is awareness, like you have to actually catch yourself doing it. Asked, is this thought helpful or just noise?
Crucial first step.
If it's noise, it needs to go. Second, detachment. This one sounds tricky. Recognize the thought isn't actually you. It's just something your mind produced. Observe it. Don't get swept away by it.
Yeah, create some distance.
And third, redirection. You can't just stop thinking it. You have to replace it. Focus on a small task, repeat a calming phrase, go back to the breath. Your brain focuses on one main thing, so fill that spot. But that detachment piece, seeing a thought as not you when you're deep in anxiety, that feels almost impossible. Does the source give any specific ways to create that distance?
It does, and it's quite practical. It talks about observing the thought like you'd watch a cloud drift by or a car drive past.
Yeah.
You don't jump in the car, you just notice it.
Okay, visualize it passing.
Yeah, or even label it internally. There's that worry thought again, or, okay, regret thought. You name it, instead of becoming it. And a really powerful tool for this, which connects directly, is writing down what's bothering you.
Getting it out.
Exactly. When thoughts just swirl in your head, they feel huge, shapeless, endless. But writing them down, you take them out of your head and place them on paper. That act alone starts to lessen their grip. It makes the vague chaos into something concrete you can actually look at. It gives you perspective, brings clarity.
And clarity always leads to better choices, as the material says. It's like giving the chaos a shape so it's not this overwhelming fog anymore.
Precisely. You externalize it. You can examine it rather than being consumed by it.
That makes sense. Bringing order internally. Which leads nicely to the idea of external order, or maybe a sense of it. When uncertainty rocks your world, the source offers a way to find stability inside.
Yes, and that solution is about cultivating a steady routine to feel safe inside.
Routine.
Now, this isn't about trying to control the outside world. Often you can't. It's about creating a predictable pattern you can count on within your own day. It becomes like a home you carry with you.
A portable home.
Sort of. When everything else is chaotic, that routine signals to your mind and body, okay, this part is stable, this I can rely on. It's like self-soothing through predictability.
I know, personally, sticking to a routine when things are messy is tough. But the material says even simple habits make a difference, like a consistent morning thing. Same wake-up time, glass of water, maybe just sit in silence for 5 minutes. Write down your top 3 priorities.
Exact. Those kinds of things. Regular movement, prioritizing sleep, huge one consistent meal times. They seem small, almost trivial sometimes.
Yeah.
But the cumulative effect is profound. These routines/decision fatigue. You save so much mental energy when basic things are automated.
Good point.
They build discipline, too. Being consistent in one small area, it strengthens your willpower overall. And maybe most importantly, they foster hope. They create momentum. You're making your inner world less vulnerable to the chaos outside. You're creating rhythm, balance. It's like quietly saying, I still have some control here.
I like that. Okay, so we have some inner clarity, a routine as a foundation, but then we still have to face the actual problems, right? The material warns pretty strongly against avoidance. It says, problems rarely vanish on their own. They grow bigger. Avoidance only multiplies your stress. How do we tackle the big, scary stuff without getting flattened?
The wisdom here, it suggests, is learning to face problems slowly instead of avoiding them completely.
Just slowly.
Think of it like carrying something really heavy. You can't lift it all at once. You'd break your back, so you break it down. Smaller pieces, carry them one by one.
This strategy lets you stay calm, actually make progress you can see, and avoids that crushing feeling of the whole weight at once.
Right, avoid paralysis. And think about this. Avoidance makes problems terrifying in our imagination. They become monsters under the bed.
Totally.
But facing them, even just chipping away at them slowly, it reveals them for what they are. Difficult, yes, but not impossible. And doing that, it builds serious self-respect, resilience. You prove you can handle hard things.
That feeling of a problem morphing into a monster, yeah, I get that. So the practical steps are, first, name the problem clearly, no vague worries.
Be specific.
Then write down which parts can be handled now and which just have to wait. Be realistic.
Crucial distinction.
And finally, commit to one small action today, just one. The material reminds us progress is not all or nothing. It's built step by tiny step.
Absolutely. Consistency over intensity.
But what about the pain that often comes with these problems? It's not just the logistics, it's the hurt.
Yes. That brings us to the next tool. The material points out that pain that stays trapped in your head becomes heavier, louder, and more destructive.
Yeah.
Just echoes, fills up all the space, keeps you from finding any clarity or peace.
And that's why writing down your pain is framed as one of the most powerful tools for calm. Is that right?
That's exactly it. It literally gives your mind space to breathe. It takes that swirling confusion and hurt and turns it into visible words on a page. It really does lighten the load, like giving those overwhelming feelings a container.
A container. I like that metaphor. It feels like a release just thinking about it.
It is. And it's emphasized that this is a private act. No judgment, no need to filter it, just let it out. Raw.
That rawness sets you free, it says.
Yeah, and writing helps you uncover feelings you might not even know were lurking there. It brings perspective because you create boundaries around the pain. It's on the page, not consuming your entire being.
Makes it feel less endless.
Exactly. And the physical act itself is unique. Holding a pen, forming the words. It actually slows you down, grounds you in the present moment, connects mind and body. Now, it won't magically solve the problem, obviously, but it clears the clutter so you can think more clearly about solutions.
Okay, so we're working internally. Now, shifting outwards. How do we handle emotional spikes in our relationships when things are tough? The Source offers a powerful discipline. Pause your reactions when emotions rise too quickly.
Yeah, this one's huge. Emotions are signals, right? Important signals.
Right.
But they shouldn't be dictators.
Signals, not dictators.
And that pause, even if it's just for a few seconds, maybe taking one deep breath, it creates this priceless choice. It breaks that automatic chain reaction, the one that so often leads to regret. It lets reason catch up, gives you back control when your emotions try to hijack the situation.
It's not about squashing the emotion down then.
Not at all. It's about reclaiming your power over how you respond to the emotion, acknowledging it, but choosing your action.
Oh man, I can think of so many times I wish I'd paused. The process sounds simple but profound. Notice the physical signs: chest tightening, fists clenching, face getting hot.
Tune into your body.
Then just stop, breathe, and ask that key question. What response here will serve me best? Acknowledge the feeling, okay, I feel angry right now, but refuse to let it make the next move for you. Wow, that takes serious practice, I imagine.
It absolutely takes practice, no question. But the material highlights the payoff. Building that reputation for steadiness and maturity. And beyond reputation, it genuinely protects your relationships, your career even. It turns potential blow-ups into moments where maybe connection or understanding can happen instead. Creates space for empathy.
Choosing your response instead of just reacting. Okay. And what about other external things? The Source talks about needing to protect your peace by limiting harmful distractions. Sounds good, but in our world, that feels like a full-time job.
It is a battle, you're right, but a really necessary one for maintaining calm. A harmful distraction, as the Source defines it, is basically anything that pulls your attention, your time, your emotions away from what truly matters and leaves you feeling worse afterwards. Drained, agitated, unfocused.
So it's not just doom scrolling.
No, it's broader. Information overload counts. Toxic relationships, definitely. Unhealthy habits we use to cope. Even getting drawn into unnecessary arguments or conflicts. These things slowly chip away at your energy, your focus, your inner calm. It's often subtle.
So the strategies are about being intentional, actively controlling what you let in, like limiting the news feed, choosing uplifting content over draining stuff.
Setting clear boundaries with people who consistently drain you, that takes courage.
Yeah, boundaries are hard. And being honest about our own habits. Ouch. Learning the power of silence, too, realizing not every provocation needs a reaction.
Right? That endless scroll you mentioned when you're stressed. Perfect example of something that feels like comfort, but actually depletes you.
Guilty as charged.
Protecting your peace often requires making choices others might not get. Distancing yourself sometimes, saying no. But it's about actively replacing those drains with better choices. Things that actually feed your peace. Like inspiring people, strengthening those positive routines we talked about. It's like defending your inner sanctuary.
Defending your sanctuary. I like that. Okay, so finally, the material really brings it home by talking about human connection and growth. It says, seek comfort from people who bring real support.
Yes.
And also grow stronger by turning struggles into daily lessons.
Because isolation just makes pain so much heavier, doesn't it? The source says, seeking comfort is not weakness. It is a form of wisdom. True strength often grows through connection, not in spite of it.
But it matters who you seek comfort from, right?
Absolutely critical. Identify your true supporters, the ones who listen without judging, who gently remind you of your own strength, who just steady you, not the ones who criticize or compete or offer unwanted advice that makes you feel worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes their presence itself is the medicine, just knowing they're there.
That's beautiful. Presence as medicine. And the second part, growing stronger by turning struggles into lessons.
Yeah, every struggle, no matter how painful it feels at the time, holds a potential lesson. The key is shifting your mindset from why is this happening to me to, okay, what can I learn from this?
That takes honesty, though.
Brutal honesty sometimes. Admitting your part in things. Reflecting, maybe writing those lessons down so they stick. And then, crucially, turning those lessons into future action. Like practicing more patience or making better health choices, whatever it is.
It's about actively mining the struggle for gold, basically.
That's a great way to put it. Mining the struggle. It builds humility, definitely. And resilience. The material has this powerful line. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Every setback, if you really study it and learn from it, becomes fuel. Fuel for growth, for a deeper sense of purpose. It shapes you into someone stronger, calmer, more resilient.
Wow. We have definitely covered a lot of ground today, a real deep dive. We went from calming your breath and just focusing on today to letting go of chaotic thoughts, building those steady routines,
Facing problems slowly, riding up the pain.
pausing reactions, limiting distractions, seeking out real support.
And finally, finding the lessons in the struggle to grow stronger.
It really paints a picture.
And these practices, they underline that core message, right? Calm isn't about not having difficulties. It's about having a trained mind, an inner posture ready for them. These aren't just nice ideas, they're disciplines. Tools for building that unshakable resilience from the inside out, so you don't just collapse when life does its thing.
Exactly. These are things you listening can integrate, like right now, today. Each small practice builds on the others, creates that solid foundation.
And the cumulative effect,
Yeah.
all these small, consistent choices, that's what builds real strength, clarity, and peace, even when things feel really uncertain. It's how you shift from feeling owned by your problems.
To owning your response to them.
Precisely.
So here's something to think about as we wrap up. If calm truly is the foundation for rebuilding when things fall apart, what single small practice from our dive today will you commit to right now, today? How will you choose to actively build your inner world, especially when the outer world feels so unpredictable? That's your deep dive challenge.